Morning, everyone. It's Grow with Joe here to give you another lesson on either how to improve your personal finances or how to help you with your self-development. And today, what we're going to talk about is something personal finance related, and it's about how we could save more money or how we could take advantage of a home remodel so that if we want to do a home remodel, we can do it. And if when we do it, it's going to be the most advantageous to us. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Joe Bautista. I'm the founder of Grow with Joe, a company that combines financial planning with self-development coaching I like to focus on Latino professionals, but not see anybody. But the idea is when it comes to a home remodel, those could typically cost $10,000, $5,000, $25,000, $30,000, and so the key, one of my philosophies in life is you want to do things that are going to help you gain flexibility and control over your future situation. And the way that you get control and flexibility over your situation is you have assets and everything. So if you're looking at a home remodel and you're trying to do $10,000, it will cost you $10,000. So either you could take a loan to pay for that. You could pay from cash, or you can use a taxable account. So the way a taxable account works is you could use that as collateral for a loan. So if you think about credit cards have pretty high interest rates because they're unsecured loans. Like when you swipe your card at a restaurant, the credit card company can't be like, hey, we're going to take that meal that you ate. No, it's gone. But like a home loan has pretty low interest rates, around 3%, 2.5%, depending on where you're going. Those have low interest rates because you have your house as collateral. So if you don't pay back the loan, the bank is going to take the house back. So the same thing with a taxable account. So there's three types of investment accounts. There's tax-free accounts. So those are your Roth IRAs, 401ks and everything. Then you have your tax-deferred accounts. Those are your traditional IRAs, traditional 401ks and everything. And then you have a taxable account. So those first two accounts, tax-free and tax-deferred, are for retirement. But with the taxable account, that is money that you can pull out anytime. You just have to pay the capital gains. But something that's valuable is you could use that as collateral for a loan. So instead of paying a 10%, 12% loan, depending on the rates that are going right now, they're going to be pretty low right now because the Federal Reserve has said, hey, we're going to keep interest rates low for the next 3 years so banks have all the money that they need to borrow. So you can use your taxable account as collateral for a loan. And some people are like, oh, I don't want to have debt. I don't want to do this. But hey, the idea is you got to know the deal before you accept the deal. So if you have a taxable account that is $50,000 and you're getting 6% interest, that means you're getting $3,000 a year in interest from that taxable account. So if you were to do a loan for $10,000 for a bathroom remodel, and you do it let's say we get a 4% rate, and we pay that loan over 5 years, you're paying $184. So you basically could take $2,000 of that $3,000, use that to pay off the mortgage, and then that other $1,000 is being reinvested into the taxable account, and that not including what you already put in there. But if you're getting $1,000 and you pay this loan over 5 years, the total interest that you're paying is $1,000. So if you're just using your taxable account, instead of getting the full, let's say $3,000 for 5 years, that's $15,000. You're only going to get $5,000, but you also got a bathroom remodel. So then you got to look at, see like, hey, what is your price going to home value increase into if you're planning to sell it and everything. But yeah, by building up your taxable account, you can have that option. So which is much better than pulling the $10,000 because, hey, you're starting at $40,000 and then you have to build it back up to, in 5 years to that, add $15,000 to it. So you might come ahead. You might come ahead just using the interest and that's not including what extra you put into that taxable account to let it grow. But those are opportunities so that, like, hey, I'm doing this. It makes much more sense than to pull that money from that taxable account or pull it from my savings account. So that instead of being at 40,000 in 5 years, I'm back at 45,000. But now I'm 55. So you're much better off. You have more options with $55,000 than you have at $45,000, and that depends on like how much you're able to pay it back, or like how much extra you're supposed to put into that taxable account. But if you're just using a loan, and so if you add more, you could be at $60,000 with your contributions and the interest as well, and it didn't take away from your standard living, so you didn't have to worry about coming up with an extra $200 a month. It just came from your taxable account. And you do have to pay taxes on that amount of money, but the idea is, hey, that's much better than coming up with the money. If you're in let's say you live in a state with no, like Florida or Texas, with no state income tax, and you're, let's say, in the 22% tax bracket, you're paying about off $3,000, you pay about $600 in taxes from federal. Just put like $666 just from that. It all depends on the tax rate. If you're in a higher tax rate, it might make different. It's going to be higher or lower. If you're in the 12% or lower, then you don't pay any taxes on that money, because capital gain starts once you're in the 22% tax bracket. So those could be lots of benefits and everything to help you out. And to help you with a taxable account, you could start with like Wealthfront, Betterment. You could do Charles Schwab. There's Vanguard and everything. The key thing is you kind of want to have a system. Like if you do the taxable route, you need to find a bank that'd be like, hey, can I use this taxable account as collateral for my loan? And then you just pull the money from your taxable account and just do it right there. So it all depends on everything, how you want to approach this. Maybe you just want to like pay the loan and just keep that money in there to like still get the low interest rate, but just not pull it out, so that money is going to grow even more. So then if you just pay the loan, you're just like, hey, my account's now at $65,000 and I still paid off my loan in the 5 years and I only paid $11,000. So I'm still ahead, and that's not including anything else. So there's like ways we could look at it. I use a spreadsheet to calculate, hey, what is the best deal in the situation? What is going to give you the most assets down the road? So the first step is, hey, just you could start. The key thing is you want to start these as early as possible. If you just put $100 a month and you just do that consistently, say you're just starting out in your career and you just put $100 a month, and then you can bumped that up to like $200 a month. That's $2,400. So in 10 years, let's say you start this at 22, you have 32. Most, like if you buy your house at 35, hey, you're going to have a lot more opportunities than someone that doesn't do these things. It can really benefit you. So the idea is you want to, like, you don't know what you're going to use this money for, but you want it to be used as leverage to help you do more of the things that you want to do in life. And if you do this for long enough, and if you get it to 100,000, now you can have more choices on what you do. There's a balance between doing too much when you overextend yourself, but like the idea is you want to look at the numbers like, hey, what makes the most sense in my situation? This is something I do with my clients. They're like, hey, I want to remodel the kitchen. Hey, what makes the most sense in doing these things? I look at their cash flow. I look at their taxable account and be like, okay, based on all this information, your job and everything, this is going to give you the most income. This is going to be the best situation for you over the long haul. So once, like if you're in the 30s, we're like, okay, when we get to retirement at 67, how much money are we going to have, and what are the options? And I give it to the person like, hey, what is the choice that you want to make? So we understand the deal before we accept the deal. That's what I try to preach to everyone that I work with, is just look at the numbers, realize like there's math that can be done to help do that. And that's something I love doing, is like looking at the system like, hey, what is the best situation for me? So I would recommend open up a taxable account, start funding it on a regular basis. Before you make any changes within your financial plan, please do your research or consult a professional like myself to help you out. If you need help with that, you can just go to www.growwithjoe.me/start here. And yeah, we can get started and do a free discovery call to make sure that you're on track for all your financial goals. But the idea is having that taxable account can really give you a lot of options down the road. I don't sell financial products or anything. I just give financial advice. I think that's more of a fiduciary to my clients, instead of trying to force them to try to buy a financial product, just to give them the most unbiased advice that I can. So, and that's what I've been doing for the last year and a half on my own. I was at another firm where I was doing commission-based, which I didn't really enjoy. So I really enjoy what I do right now, is just give people the best advice that they can to help them live their best lives financially. And I also like the personal development piece as well, so that, hey, that you're going to have the best relationships. You're not going to have good relationships. You're going to have the best relationships, best career, and everything, and live your best life. Life is short, but life is long as you know how to use it. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe, because Joe knows dope. All right, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow with a personal development lesson. All right, take care.